Coming at y'all Thursday, June 26th. This is episode 8 of the Best Picks in DMV podcast. This episode's titled Knockout Stage. This refers to the 2025 Club World Cup that we're definitely been going over this whole time. The first thing I want you to do is know me as the host, Gabriel Paris. Make sure you follow my Instagram. It's Best Picks in DMV. Same title as the podcast, so definitely make sure you do that. That's where all the official plays are finalized. And with that said, let me get to my co-host, TJ Virgil.
What up, world? How's everybody feeling tonight? Hope y'all feeling good, feeling great. Welcome to another episode of the Best Picks in the DMV podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what y'all here for. Y'all came to get them picks, right? Come on, let's get it.
I also want to introduce my producer, Tyrone Virgil. He's with Virgil Photography. Also VMN. Hope y'all are tuning in on that. That's Virgil Media Network. Anything you want to say, Ty?
What's going on, everybody? My mic on?
You sound a little low. Turn your volume up.
My bad. My
you go.
bad. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I am Tyrone, producer. You know, we here for another great episode, and yeah. Let's get it started. Let's get some money.
Sir.
Let's make some money tonight, y'all.
You know, with that said, right off the bat, before we even get into the Club World Cup,
Do it.
we got to shout out them boys and another victory in the previous podcast, because that's all we do is bring home money in here. We gave out the college March Madness winner with TJ in Florida. We gave out the Kentucky Derby winner. And now we've given out the NBA Finals winner with myself at the plus 180 OKC Thunder. So, I mean, I don't know what else y'all are watching or what y'all want to know, but here we're giving you all the information you need to know. 1,000%. Show them what it's about, TJ.
Hold up. This what the Thunder do in every one of their post-game interviews. They all bring the
sir.
hats over and shit.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
They a team. They a team. Said that, TJ sets that up properly like I like it. We're going to give them back to. Yeah, by the way, not only did we give out the winner, if you followed me on Instagram, you would know that it was a 25-18 postseason record.
Come on now.
You know what I mean, that's a 58% mark. The main goal is to aim for 56.5%, which you already know we were going to do. You know what I mean?
Looking good, sitting good.
And so far in the Club World Cup, right now, giving out on Instagram, it is 10-9-1. But like I was explaining on my Instagram and on the prior episode, what you really got to focus on here is the return of investment.
Absolutely.
Because this market's much different than the other ones that we've been giving out. Like I said, we're focusing on the 3-way money line markets, the 2-way money line markets, and mainly the tie no bet. There's even going to be a new market opening up in this round. Ooh. That's called the advance to the next stage. That means if the team wins in overtime in advance, then you're good, or if they just win in regulation. But let me not get too ahead of that right now. I'm going to explain further what I mean deeper into the episode. But let's just know we're going to get introduced to a fourth market, which, like I said, is too advanced.
That's what's up.
Let me go over the agenda for today. This is what we're going to get to. The first thing we're going to do is review the tourney, how it's going overall, also along with how we were doing in the tournament. Then we're going to preview we're going to deep dive into 2 games mainly that we're mainly going to look to finalize on Instagram. Not only are we going to look to finalize that on Instagram, but we're also going to look to put that in our potential future $100 plays. So definitely make sure y'all stick around for the future $100 plays, because those are definitely the best part of this show. So let's get to the review. Let's get to the review. I want to say right off the bat, Europe is not what we thought they were. I kept telling y'all about these European powerhouses were going to get exposed this tournament last episode, I felt. And it's happened with some great results. Al Hilal, a Saudi Arabian side, they drew Salzburg. Any result against a European team is great, even if it is a draw. So keep that in mind while I go through these few great results for the rest of the globe against these European giants. Flamengo beat my beloved Chelsea 3-1. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But if you followed the podcast, you knew it was coming because I told you that was probably going to happen. Not the exact score, but I told you Flamengo was probably going to win that game.
They was hungry.
Go back and watch if you don't believe me. Inter Miami beat Porto. They beat them outright. The MLS side, which is great.
Representing for the Americas.
Your squad, Botafogo.
Hey,
PSG, bro.
Come on now.
TJ squad beat the best team in the nation. I mean, in the world.
Come on now. Told y'all.
Took it to PSG.
You know, they
Told y'all I like
drafted
that
me
name for a
back
reason.
in,
It was too crazy to pass up.
1990. They drafted me.
Who?
Just
PSG.
time.
That's the year we was born.
Hey, you know, I've been around for a minute.
There you go. Somebody
Good
cut his
thing
mic
he's still
off.
around.
Ty, cut your mic
But
off.
let me get back to it. Al Hilal drew Madrid, which was crazy. That's a Saudi Arabian side drawing Real Madrid.
That's crazy.
Then Fluminense tied Dortmund, another draw, which was huge. And then two huge results was Boca Juniors tied Benfica, and then Palmeiras tied Porto. So the rest of the world definitely showed up versus Europe, 1,000%. And like I said, I think that motivation I was getting
Absolutely.
to, remember I was talking about
Absolutely.
that motivation factor about these South American and other teams around the globe wanting to beat these European teams.
They got
It
a target on their
definitely
back for
showed
sure.
up. It definitely showed up. So I'd say overall so far, the global market definitely grown in soccer just from this Club World Cup alone. I
would
think
agree
a
with
lot
that. I
more
would agree with
people are
that.
going to be interested in North American soccer, South American soccer,
Facts.
even African and Asian leagues, believe it or not.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's the beauty of it. The next 4 years, you're going to have to kind of watch every continent's Champions League to see
Mm-hmm.
who qualifies. So for the next, it's really 3 out of 4 years. Because to be honest, there's already 4 teams that qualified for the 2029 World Cup. And that's Al Hilal from Asia, Pyramid. Al Hilal's from Saudi Arabia, by the way.
Okay.
Pyramids FC, which is from Egypt. Let me apologize if it's not FC. I think it's Pyramids FC, though, but definitely Pyramids. They're from Egypt, so they represent the African League in 2029.
Shout out Egypt's football club getting in there. That's what's up.
They had one in this year, too. I believe it was, I'm sorry. I think it was Ulsan. I forget which. Oh, Al Hilal. That's exactly who. No. They're from. My bad. I forget who the team was right now, but they had a team in here from this World Cup, the Egyptian club side. And then
That's
Cruz Azul's actually representing the CONCACAF, which is our part of the region. They're out of the Mexican League. And then PSG obviously already qualified out of Europe. So those are teams to already look forward to in the 2029 World Cup. Hopefully this podcast still popping and we're going to get to talk about them.
Oh, it will be.
By
It will
2029.
be.
I think it's going to be better than ever.
Big
but
popping.
I just wanted to give people an idea that it's advanced.
We on VMN. It's always gonna pop.
Hey.
It's always gonna
Can't
pop
stop
over
us
here,
now.
you know. So
We here, baby.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Shout out VMNM one more time. Virgil Media Network. My bad, Ty.
yes. Can I do a shameless plug?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow, tune in. We broadcasting live from
It's actually
Bulldog
going to be
Lounge.
tonight. Oh, unless you're on VMNM. My bad.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
watching on YouTube, it will be Friday night.
No, I'm talking about the concert tomorrow that we doing. I'm doing tomorrow night.
Yeah, on VMN.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
going to be a day
Yeah,
delayed.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
is actually Friday, June
Right,
20th,
right.
technically.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
so
lost.
I wanted to
Yeah.
make people sharp, Ty. I ain't wanted to miss out.
Yeah. So Friday night, if y'all see it Saturday, just keep watching because it's gonna be on the station too. So
Man.
you can come back and see the concert. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Definitely be looking out for that, for sure. Me and TJ both gonna be there. Ty's gonna be doing this thing. We gonna have it on live, both of our Facebooks. You already
know
know
it.
how it's gonna be popping, so tune in. But with that said, let me also shout out them boys Auckland. Remember
Okay.
awful Auckland,
Yep,
Ty?
yep.
They actually got a result.
Ain't that crazy?
You seen that? You seen they got a result, TJ?
That's crazy.
Them boys tied the who they tie again? Was it? I thought it was the Argentinian side Boca.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think they tied Boca. But either way, that was crazy.
We was talking all that trash about him.
A part-time gym teacher, a physical education part-time teacher scored the goal.
That's vicious.
Do you realize that?
That's vicious.
Bro, that's crazy as hell.
That's
But that's
like
what
that,
this Club
Vince
World
Papali
Cup was
story.
all about, bro.
That's beyond a Cinderella story. That is
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It was a good sight to see. I enjoyed watching them. They got lit up 10-0 in the beginning.
Sheesh.
Then they lost. I think it was either 5-0 or 6-0 to the next squad, and then they drew, which was great. Man, you never thought they would. I think they were minus or plus 6.5 underdogs goal wise. They were supposed to lose by 7 goals that game, and they got the draw 1-1.
Hey,
and the gym teacher put it in the net. Crazy.
Go figure, though. I mean, he's probably the most athletic on the team, being the gym teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
He in the gym with it.
That's insane. But another thing is cool. Like I said, this Club World Cup did open up the global market. I watched this Australian A-League. I used to. Me and Cody. You know Cody, right?
Shout out Birdie.
We used to like betting
Birdie.
on Australian soccer at like 3 in the morning and putting it on beIN Network. You know what I mean? That's how we got introduced to the Australian A-League. I kind of fell off it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But now it's going to be great because it matters more to watch. Who knows if one of those teams will ever make the Club World Cup now. He likes to follow the Newcastle Jets, so we might have to watch the Newcastle Jets try to make the World Cup. They got to qualify through the Asian League, though. They used to have to qualify through the Oceania like Auckland did. And if there was Australian teams, this Auckland wouldn't be there. What's funny is guess who just won the Australian League?
The team that they put out.
Auckland FC. They won the Australian League, but not. And I keep calling this team Auckland FC. I'm sorry, they're called Auckland City, the New Zealand team.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what's crazy. So you might see Auckland FC in the 2029 World Cup. But that's not the same Auckland City team.
Okay.
Ain't that funny?
Too many Aucklands.
That's what this Club World Cup does. It's great. It's great. But let me go ahead and run through the group predictions that I handed out. You remember the 8 group predictions I handed out, TJ? We're going to run through them real quick.
Let's do it.
The first one I gave out was Palmeiras at plus 180 to win Group A. Yeah, that came through. Then I gave out Atleti to win Group B at plus 150. That was embarrassing and awful. They messed up. Then I gave out Byron. I thought there was probably no way they were going to lose that group. Unfortunately, they lost. Benfica won the group. But then we bounced back strong with Flamengo at plus 225. They did beat my beloved Chelsea, but sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? We had to go with it. So that's what happened there. I did go with River Plate to win Group F. Inter actually won that. River Plate came close, but no cigar.
No cigar.
You know what I mean?
No stogie.
So we lost that. BVB, I had winning Group F at minus 200. That won, but I said that was almost a guarantee. And then I had Man City, who won the group earlier today, at minus 250. So that came through. Okay. So right now, if you took all my group winners and put $100 on them each, you'd be up $195. So you'd have 195% surplus in your money. You can't get mad at that. And if Real Madrid wins the group later on tonight, that's only going to add $16 because they were minus 600.
Yeah, they were.
So hopefully it ends at a $211 rate. If they don't win the group, which is probably never not going to happen, then we'd only profit $95 here. So this Real kind of makes or break the 200%.
The 56 mark.
Exactly. But either way, guess what? We're profiting, and that's
money
all that
in
matters.
the pockets.
Money. We're not losing money, and that's all that matters.
That's the only main important thing.
Go ahead, Ty.
Somebody say money. I know.
Hey, big money.
I had to put it out there.
That's what we're bringing.
That's what we trying to win.
More profit. That's what we trying to bring to y'all.
And that's why y'all subscribe.
There's also a couple plays that we handed out.
Yep.
With our future $100 plays. Didn't go so well, but it's not all over at the same time. The first play we handed out was Byron minus 4.5. Okay. I told you they probably be up 5-0 at halftime against that Auckland team. They were up 6-0 at halftime. Closed out the game 10-0. So that looked phenomenal. Unfortunately, PSG did not come out drunk. They came out ready to ball. But they did come out against a team, Athletic Madrid, who looked drunk themselves the whole tournament and sucked. So they cost us their +0.5. They lost 4-0. But I'm happy they're eliminated because after that performance, they deserve to be. Then we gave out Palmeiras tie no bet. That actually was a push. You know, it ended 0-0. And then we gave out Boca Juniors +0.5. That was another winner. So for that 14 parlay, $30 paid $362. Unfortunately, Atletico Madrid cost us the money. Palmeiras drew, so we went 2-1-1. But that lost. So we were down $30. And then we gave out a little stretch parlay. We gave out Atletico on the money line and Palmeiras on the money line. $20 would have brought back $185. Unfortunately, that didn't go so well. Both lost. So we were down 50. Remember, though, we put up a whole nother $50 on Man City to lift the cup. Right now, that's looking great. I don't see why they wouldn't. So that's still alive right now.
Okay.
So overall, we were up $68, if you remember, going into that. With the $50, we're still up $18 technically with our $50 pending. So guess what we're doing, Ty? We profiting.
Hey.
We're still making money still. We banking on this Man City.
Money.
We got more plays coming tonight. We're feeling good about them. I don't see why I wouldn't go well.
Money.
Big ticket.
Now, we're going to get to the preview of the first two games. I mean, we're going to get a preview. We're in deep dive into a few games that I want to get to that we're probably going to put as official plays, not only on the Instagram, but also on here for the future $100 plays. Now, the first two games I'm going to show you, I ended up not diving deeper into. I gave them to the producer as graphics, but then I said, you know what? Screw them. And when I said screw them, it was a little too late to just cancel them out on the graphics. But I still want you to see what they were. The first match is Palmeiras versus Botafogo.
You heard?
Initially, I was going to try to dive into what I was going to do was take Palmeiras on the money line. Mm-hmm. But the more I looked into the game, I said, forget that. It's probably going to be a 0-0 draw heading in extra time. Botafogo might win in extra time. A better bet might be Botafogo to advance, minus 140. But, yeah, to win in regulation, I think it might still happen. I might still put it as an official play on my Instagram, but we're not going deep dive into that. Okay? The next game I want to get to is PSG and Inter Miami. I thought I was going to take PSG here. I really did. But the more I studied it, I became worried of the blowout not happening. They have to win by at least 3 goals to really make a good amount of money in this bet.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I don't know if that's going to happen. So I just started to like it less. I felt like the motivation. If you remember, I told you PSG is not as motivated as other teams because they're coming off their UCL. So, and then Inter Miami, this is the biggest game ever. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? In their history. Not only in their history.
This is important to them. They want this. They need that.
Exactly. But it's huge for the MLS. It's in the U.S. Mm-hmm. They love Bless and Messi. I still might take PSG as an official play.
I think Messi's getting a little love in that game.
Yeah.
As he should. You know, home field advantage.
I hope they win. And that's the other thing. I'm going to be going for Miami. Usually, if I think the bet's still going to win, I never let my personal pride or my personal love towards a team get in the way of a bet. But at the same time, I'm going to be rooting for Inter Miami here heavy. So I'm kind of happy I'm tending to stay away as of right now. We're not going to dive too deep in that. So the first game I do want to dive deep into, it's going to be Flamengo versus Byron. This game takes place Sunday, June 29th. Right now, Flamengo on the money line is plus 340. This is the 3-way money line. Byron's minus 140, and then the draws plus 300. The lines I kind of want you to focus on in this bet is going to be Flamingo plus a half at plus 105, or Flamingo tie no bet at plus 210, or Flamingo to advance even at plus 190. Okay, and this game is being played at Miami at Hard Rock Stadium.
Home field advantage for real.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Go get that, y'all. Go get that.
Something I want to get to that I wasn't able to get to last podcast. I was trying to tell you about those 3 key factors. I noticed when I watched it again, I only gave out one of them, which was the motivation itself.
Okay.
Which, like I told you, PSG coming off the UCL, how motivated are they really going to be?
They was riding
compared
the high.
a team like Man City, who needs to prove that their fluky
That they
PL
did.
season and UCL season wasn't about that. So they got to prove themselves here.
Facts.
The 2 other things I wanted to get to was the quality. It's called the quality, which means the quality of the team, meaning how good the team is in general based off player by player.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a term they like to use in soccer a lot, the quality of a team. And the third factor mainly is going to be the form, meaning how they're playing. So, for example, say a team won 3 games in a row, they're in excellent form. Say they lost 3 in a row. If they lost 3 in a row, they're in bad form.
Very bad.
Now, say they might have won,
1 or 2,
lost, and
1 or
then
2.
drew. They're in decent form.
Okay.
So I'll give you 3 different types of forms you possibly could be in. Now, one other thing that I wanted to get to that I didn't get to is the amount of the elements that affect this tournament. You know them Europeans never felt that humidity before, Tom?
No.
They've never felt that.
Hey, what? We have August heat in June right now. What is going on?
Man, it's affecting them. Trust me. Some played in LA in 75-degree weather.
Absolutely.
In midday. So that didn't affect them, obviously. Plus, California is really not humid at all. But those teams traveling to Miami, North Carolina, I would say Atlanta, but they got a retractable roof, so they closed the dome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with Audi Field, I believe. They got a dome as well, right?
Yeah, they getting that down south heat, that dry heat.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
Humid heat. That's what
Humid.
people get
Nobody likes
confused. They
that.
think the dry heat is that, but just know the humid heat's it's like a sauna when it's outside.
Yeah, dry heat would be like the desert, like Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
hot.
that humidity
Yeah.
heat.
But either way,
hot.
it's hot as hell. And
Yeah,
these
nobody wants to deal with
Europeans
that.
are freaking out about it. I even got 2 of them quoted as saying the conditions are impossible, which was Marcus Llorente, who plays on Spain currently, and then Jamie O'Hara, who's not even playing right now, who's a former English footballer. And they say they don't know how in the world they're playing in this heat or in this humidity.
Listen, I work outside, man.
And we got like the worst humidity in the country. Just about, we're similar to Florida's humidity.
Yeah.
We got it the worst here. New York kind of too, but DC's humidity, especially near Baltimore and all that.
The closer you are to that water, bruh. Whew.
So like I said, let's get back to that game I was previewing, Flamingo versus Byron. You heard where I said it was?
In Miami,
Yeah, so keep that in
in
mind.
Florida.
So let's analyze this game through those four I'm forgetting the word right now. 4 factors I just named.
Okay.
First off, I feel both have equal motivation to win the tournament at this point.
Right.
Byron and Flamingo. But I'm going to say where Flamingo slightly has more motivation is, like I said, where's Byron from? Germany. They're European. Flamingo's Brazilian. This is the game of the century for Flamingo right now.
The elements
You
are perfect
understand
for them. They
Can't
used to
say the
this.
same about Byron.
No.
Now,
They wanted to be cold.
so I'm definitely going to check off the Flamingo as more motivation here.
Okay.
Now, where I will give Byron the edge is quality. There's no doubt Byron's a better team all around and have better players. But the gap is probably not as bad as you thought maybe before the tournament, before you saw this Flamingo team ball and beat a team like Chelsea 3-1. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I
definitely.
will give Byron the check mark here. It might have even been a bigger check mark before the tournament, but now it's a baby check mark.
Okay.
Now, form. Okay, this is the tricky part here. Byron did end the year good. They won their league.
Yep.
They didn't do too well in the UCL, but that didn't really come up at the end of the year. Now, Flamengo is in great form in their league. They're in first place, I believe, in their league right now in the Brazilian league. They're about 25% through this. 25% through the season in their league.
Okay.
And like I said, they're in first place with a game to go on people. So some people played like 12 matches. They only played 11, and they're still in first place. You get what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, but barely. It's very tight from first and sixth, and that will also be a little bit important in a little bit.
Okay.
So the only reason that I would say Flamengo's in a little better form is because they've had a better tournament as well. And they're currently in the middle of their season in first place, like I said. So
riding the high, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Confidence is an important factor too.
Exactly.
Gotta have that.
And they're
Gotta
feeling
have that.
confident. Now, a lot of pressure builds in this type of game for Flamengo compared to a Byron. The pressure's on Byron, but the point is who's more used to excelling under this type of pressure, Byron or Flamengo. But I must probably still give Flamengo the edge in the form. I mean, yeah, in the form. But it's definitely going to be a little tough as far as the pressure is going to be on them to advance versus a Byron side. But what were we talking about mainly this game being played at?
In a very warm and humid setting.
I already looked up the weather. 86 degrees in Miami on Sunday, and the game's being played at 4. Now, that ain't too hot, and it is a little cloudy, but it's supposed to be very, very humid in that 86-degree weather. So we all know Palmeiras is a little bit used to being in humidity in Brazil than a German side would ever be. So overall, we're looking to take Flamengo here at +0.5 at +105 as the official play. And really do love them to advance as well. I really do. And I might even sprinkle a little something on the money line at +340. So I'm really looking forward to this match. I think it's going to bring a lot of money home. And let's go Flamengo. Now, the second game we're going to deep dive into comes on Monday, June 30th, 3 o'clock at Bank of America Stadium at Ty's favorite city for the NFL, Charlotte, North Carolina. This game's between Inter and Fluminense. Inter's -130, Fluminense is +360, and the draw's currently at +260. Hold up, Ty, go ahead.
They playing Bank of America?
Yes, Todd. They're playing at
Sure.
the Panthers Stadium.
You might have to drive down and put 100 on Fluminense to win on this game. Maybe 1,000.
I love that stadium.
We might have to
I'll
go.
go back. Yeah,
Monday at 3.
Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go back to work to the 7th.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. We got to cash out.
Going.
We got to cash out that Flamengo money and use that money to get down there. And then we're going to cash out on Fluminense. We're going to have a Brazilian a couple days. You know what I mean? But besides that, the 3 lines that we're going to be focusing on this is going to be Fluminense at +0.5, even money. Fluminense draw no bet maybe at +220. And then Fluminense to advance at +190. All right?
Okay.
First off, this contest is almost identical to the last match.
Yeah, the numbers are sounding very similar.
The numbers, we got the European versus the Brazilian, the Italian to be specific. So I'd say the motivation, I'm going to have to still say goes with Fluminense here.
Okay.
Inter just made the UCL final too. Get this, TJ. Inter had it tough. I don't remember if I got to this enough last tournament with Inter, because I don't think I talked about Inter too much. Inter Milan, that is, not Miami. The Italian Inter Milan. Now, the way that Inter Milan ended their season was a brutal loss. A brutal loss to PSG. That's who PSG beat in the Champions League.
Okay.
They embarrassed them boys. Then, not only that, within the same week, they actually lost their league by 1 point to Lukaku, Romelu Lukaku in Napoli. That's my man, Lukaku. Shout out Lukaku, best soccer player in the world for real. Stop hating. Fuck CR7. Fuck Messi. Get down with Lukaku.
Where's he
But
from?
let's not get too. Oh, he's from Belgium.
And what's his name again?
Romelu Lukaku. Yes,
Spell
sir. Man, I gotta show Ty who Romelu is. That's my man. We're gonna show you highlights after the show. My bad, Ty.
Okay.
But yeah, with that said, Inter's still a little embarrassed about it all. He definitely is embarrassed about it all. So they got to come back and really prove themselves here, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
1,000%. So I don't
Ain't
know if
nothing
they're
to it
going to
but
versus
to
a
do
team
it.
that's playing with all their might. You know what I mean? Fluminense is in 6th place right now in the Brazilian league. So their form is kind of the form is kind of like what we talked about with Palmeiras in a sense. But at the
Close.
same time, they are in 6th place, but guess they're only 4 points behind.
That's
With a
not a lot.
game in hand, some other teams that are in between. So even though they're in 6, it only
They
takes
could
like a
jump up
game
to
or
like
two to be
third
in
or
second or
second.
first. A game or two to be in second or first. That's all.
Okay,
they're out.
yeah. See,
So
that's
really,
not out
they
of
could
it
be
at
in
all.
first by the first 3 weeks of the Brazilian season.
That's tied in second place, in my opinion. If you can get the first place, you tied for second.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Now, I'd say both of them have been in a little equal form here as far as the Club World Cup is concerned. But I'm going to still give Fluminense the more being in form here because Inter picked up a little bit of embarrassing results more than they did. Inter drew a Mexican side, Monterrey, who I do love, but that's embarrassing for them. But Fluminense did draw the South African side, Sundowns, on the last game. That might seem disappointing, but that's what they needed to do in order to advance to the next round. So they kind of
Absolutely.
played back that game against a very attacking Sundowns team from South Africa, who actually put up 3 goals against Bayern Munich, by the way. I need to shout that out. That's very impressive, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So with that said, I'm gonna give it a little bit slight form again to Fluminense.
Okay.
Man,
Lean that
and they're
way.
still
Lean that
coming
way.
in with their head down, and they're lucky to still be in the tournament. They could easily be out of this tournament already, and then the quality of the team, I'm gonna once again give to Inter. I gotta give to Inter still over Fluminense,
Makes
but not
sense.
as much as the gap as you might have once thought it was. So keep that in mind for that. In the final factor, guess what the weather's supposed to be in North Carolina on Monday? See, this is why Ty ain't gonna go. Ty can't sit out here in this.
Oh, it's going to be a rainy day.
Not rainy,
No?
no.
Oh, damn.
It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be 88 in North Carolina. Not too crazy, but the humidity is gonna be extremely high.
I like heat though. I like
Like
cold
heat too.
That's why I got long sleeves on.
I'm ready to
I'm
rock.
always cold, so
Then we still going. But at the end of the day, it's definitely going to be a hot one down there. And
gonna
that's
hop in the
definitely
caddy and
going to
drive
favor
down.
Fluminense over, even though in Italy it gets a little humid, but they don't
Not
play
North
soccer.
Carolina humid. Like, what? That's country hot. They don't know about that country hot. Okay.
Plus, they play during the winter time in Italy. They don't play during the summer.
Yeah, we can't do that
They're
here,
kind of
bro.
used to play, even though in the winter time it don't get too cold in Italy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But they're not playing in the heat of the summer.
We have
Like,
real winters.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
So I would say the final factor has to do with the elements. I have looked at the weather. Like I said, it was 88 degrees and very humid. So that's
Okay.
going to favor Fluminense a lot. So I'm going to focus on Fluminense at +0.5 as the official play. And that's sitting on even money right now.
All right. All
So
right.
yeah,
All right.
we're definitely going to rock with that. I also want to get to one more game.
One more. My man said he got one more for us.
What?
Yeah, I had one more. It was the BVB game. I thought they might go down. I might have lost
That sound
where
like a
that
bank.
was. Oh no, my bad. Here it is. My bad. But I want to mention is BVB versus Monterrey. This
All right.
game reminds me a lot of the other 2 games I'm taking. You know, it's another European side, but this is a Mexican side, though. So they're at the CONCACAF. They're not South American. They're North American, obviously. But it reminds me a lot of the other 2. The good news and bad news is Dortmund's not as good as Byron or Inter, but I don't know if Monterrey's as good as Fluminense or Flamingo. So, but
That's an interesting scale. I like that. I like that. I see what you're saying.
Not only that, I was going to go with it probably if it was in humid weather, but it's getting played in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Which
and
is
like
a
I
dome.
said, they're going to close it up. You know what I mean? So, overall,
Okay.
I'm leaning on Palmeiras. So overall, I'm definitely leaning towards Palmeiras. Money line, PSG -2.5 in Monterey +0.5. I feel like they're still 50-50 in my head right now, but I can't put them out officially still yet. Even though I might put them in a take a shot play in our future $100 plays. But I don't know if they're going to be on the Instagram as official plays, but they still might. But I know two that probably definitely are, and that's Flamingo and Fluminense, at least both +0.5 in both of those contests. So definitely you got to stick around. Stick around. You got to look out for the Instagram plays.
Of course, and if y'all haven't already done so, y'all already know what to do. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. Best Picks in the DMV podcast. Best Picks in the DMV on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Best Picks in the DMV podcast on YouTube also. And y'all know what to do.
And if you have any questions, you can always email me on my email, which is bestpicksindmv@yahoo.com. Then you can also message me on my Instagram. You can message me on my Facebook. Feel free to. It doesn't cost anything. I don't expect money out of it. I just want to help you out originally. And if you win, feel free to tip. Please do. Like I say, nobody needs it, but if you want to do it, it's more than appreciated, and it's only going to help us grow. And we need to get these views up as well, so you got to start telling your people more about it. Because, man, the views don't go up, this ain't going to last too long. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. So definitely get them views up at least for me now. Ty, go ahead.
10,000.
Hey, y'all see the Cash App? Send that man some money. Hold up. Where we at? Hold on.
Big money!
I like my little, I like my graphics. You know what I mean? There we go. You know what I mean? Get that man some money, yo. It's right there. Y'all see it?
Bottom at the screen.
You
It's
know?
only going to come back to you in a lot more. I mean, trust me, it's going to come back a lot. It's going to be the best thing you ever invested in your life. And guess what? It's going to be around forever. So just keep that in mind. We can go a long, long way.
Big time.
Let's go ahead and get to it, though, Ty. Future $100 playtime.
Hey, let's do it.
Future $100 playtime. Like I said, right now, we're officially up still $18, which is great. For as long
better than
as
being
we
down.
were down, had to
18.
get back up.
It's a roller coaster ride.
This is the crunch time right here. It's what it's all about. I mean, we got 4 plays for y'all right now.
Okay.
We got
four
4 of them
things.
coming.
4.
The first play is going to be a take a chance play.
All
And we
right.
got to put it out there because I have a feeling it could. And if it don't hit, I'm going to be sick that I didn't put it out there.
Okay.
So the first play is going to be Palmeiras money line at +130. PSG -2.5 at +125.
Okay.
Flamingo to qualify at +200. Monterey to qualify at +180. And Fluminense to qualify at +190. $10 wins a $1,250, and you get your 10 back, so $1,260 total.
That is a flip.
Man, I had to give it out because I'd be sick if I didn't. That'd be selfish of me. Now, the second one I want to give out is a take a chance play as well.
All right.
Flamingo money line at +350 and Fluminense money line at +360.
Okay.
$20 pays $394. So you get $414 back total. And look, one thing I want to mention that's
that.
very important to realize this round is if you notice, for this bet, I got Flamingo and Fluminense on the money line. So they have to win in the first 90 minutes. For those of you who are new and might be taking these wagers. So if it goes past 90 minutes in extra time, those two bets would be losers, so they got to win in regulation. That's why, if you noticed in my other bet, I said I have Fluminense to qualify and Flamengo to qualify, meaning that means they move on to the next round no matter what. So if they win in extra time or regulation time, that bet would cash. So I definitely wanted to make that clear for new bettors. Because I knew when I was a new bettor, I think I might have won in overtime. The team won. I thought I won. And that shit said $0. Something like that. So I didn't want nobody to be messed up about that off back.
Hey, ain't nothing worse than thinking you about to go see a little bit of something and then that jump.
You know when we talk about we record and there's no record button or
that empty stomach.
Just imagine that, but like 100 times worse because we talking about money at that point. Now, and it could be, I don't even want to get.
I ain't record, y'all.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right, that's fucked up. That's like saying like we just won the lottery, but we didn't win the lottery.
Do that,
bro. But look, the last two plays. Let's get to the final. Let's get it. And this is the lock. Flamengo plus a half at plus 105.
Okay.
Fluminense at plus a half, even money. $50, you win $155 plus your 50 back, so you'll be sitting $205.
Okay.
Now, like I said, they're plus a half. So, like I said, if they lose in extra time, guess what?
Don't get your money.
We do get our money because they're plus a half. So they can
Gotcha.
draw in regulation, lose in added time, and we still get paid. I want to put that out there for the new bettors. They could win in regulation or draw regulation. We're getting paid. I said, if they lose in added time, guess what? We're paid. So once again, that's Flamengo plus a half at plus 105. Fluminense plus a half, even money. $50, you win $155 and get your 50 back, so you'll be sitting at 205.
Smooth. I like that.
That's
not a bad play.
The final bet.
All right.
It's going to be Man City to lift the cup again. We're going to throw some more ducats on that, TJ.
A couple more ducats.
How many winners have we handed out so far?
One.
As far as future plays.
In the future plays, I think we are sitting on.
Well, let me ask you like this. It's a better way to ask it like this.
What's our percentage?
What's our percentage of handing out future plays on the winners?
I know last time we checked, we was above 56. We was at what, 58?
No, I'm talking about outright winners of the whole thing. We're 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's high a little bit right now.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
But 100%, TJ.
Because that's
you
what we
gave
done.
Florida. I gave OKC. That's what we did the specials on. So if you're not rolling with Man City, I don't know what you're doing. So we're gonna put $20 right now. Originally we got it at plus 500. It did go down to plus 400. Okay. So the $20 only bring back 80. So you get $100 total. But that will already add on to the $300 that we're already collecting from the previous episode where we put $50 on them plus plus 500.
Double down on it.
So almost double down on it, but put a little bit more on it if you know what I mean. So those are the four official plays for the best picks in DMV podcast. Like I said, we're sitting on a solid $18. You know what I mean? There ain't nothing wrong with that. We've done a lot. This ain't even our specialty. This ain't NFL or college football. The whole reason this podcast is going to be created for. But that's a whole different story that we're about to get to in a second. It's always better than being down as well.
Absolutely.
Just imagine if we were down $200 on the podcast compared to being up 18. It feels a lot better.
I mean, that's just 18 for right now.
You know what I'm saying? If you're putting up 1,000 though, you're up 180. It all depends what you want to lay down. You know
Absolutely.
I mean? The more confidence you feel on me, the more you'll lay down, the more money you'll profit. And trust me, you'll profit. There's nothing but proof. That's all we doing is profiting.
8 episodes in. Every episode we done gave y'all another one.
I think next episode we should have a phone number in case somebody want to call in. Might have questions.
Yeah, we can get that during the fall. We'll get to that in a second though, because I am going to talk about the future episodes coming up, and that's definitely going to be a good idea because I'm getting to that handicapping tournament. So I definitely, during the handicapping tournament, I want people interacting with the show more and more for that, which they will, because they're going to feel like they're more attached since they're in the contest. But let's not get too far ahead of that. But like I said, me and TJ will be looking real pretty if these plays come through. And not only that, if we see these Man City boys lift the cup. Don't get it twisted. My favorite team is Chelsea. But right now we're about the money. So we're going to rock with the light blue. Not the blue, the light blue right now. But not to mention,
Hey, yo.
guess who's still alive? The blue. And we did give that out as my long shot at plus 1200.
You did.
And then guess who's also alive?
The weird team that I was laughing at.
Hold on. Let me get to that in a second, because I do got to clear them up for us. I mean, clear that up for them for a second. But nah, who's the other squad that I had? Paul Maris.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 3,300. Guess what? They're still alive. So all three futures that we handed out are technically kind of still alive. But our official handout was Man City. So that's the official. Both of us have Man City as the official handout for this tournament. But I do want to apologize to TJ. No, TJ did not want to give out awful Auckland, Ty. He was not talking about awful Auckland. He wanted to give out Botafogo. And if you watched the episode before, earlier in the episode, you were talking about how you were laughing, and that's a funny name.
Yes.
And then that's the team you asked me but I thought you were talking about Auckland for some reason. But he was technically talking about Botafogo. So he wasn't talking about the $1,000, $10,000 to one team. He actually had a good upset too. I can't remember what they were now, but they were around probably plus 440 to 1.
That's what I was thinking. It was around 400, 450.
No, 4,000. So, 40 to 1 to 50 to 1 to put it in simplest terms. So, yeah, they were definitely somewhere around that. So, right now, all of those are still alive. So, we're looking good right now. That's all I can say.
Looking pretty good, I'd say.
Right. And guess what? Europe's exposed. That's what we really predicted was going to happen, and it came through great. So let me also thank everyone for watching this. This is probably the last segment before NFL preseason.
Okay.
Preseason. Okay. I didn't even tell TJ that yet. That was news to him. But yeah, it's going to be like we're going to have a month off. It's going to come at y'all August 1st through August 4th. But that's when it's going to be coming hard. Because we will have 2 weeks off after that. Because we're only going to give one preseason podcast. Because that's the only preseason, I bet, by the way, is NFL. And you'll know why. I don't want to give it away yet, but watch the podcast and you'll see NFL preseason. It's kind of where it's at if you know what you're doing. So definitely try to stay tuned.
Nice little way to stack up some money real quick before the real season starts if y'all smart. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. It's a nice little warm-up. It kind of does warm you up as well. Remember, all these episodes are warm-up for the fall. That's all this was. The NBA playoffs, March Madness, the horse racing preview. That's not even really what this was about. What it's about, come in August, late August, early September. Trust me, that's when it's getting serious. The money's going to be coming in great. But I'd say even though it's not what it's about, these 8 episodes have been huge.
Absolutely.
They've been so successful. They've been profiting. We gave out the winner the first day.
Come on,
I told you could put your life savings on the OKC Thunder at plus 180. Guess what happened? Of course it came through.
Why wouldn't it come
through? And I felt confident with that. I told you, to be honest, that if it wasn't Auburn, it'd be Florida. I was loving your pick. You know what I mean? I was really mine. But Auburn, you chose Florida, but I love Florida just as much as you really did. But I liked Auburn a little more. But hey,
I remember that specific conversation that we had when we was going over the pick.
Hell yeah. If I had to pick one other team, it would have been Florida 1,000%. So, you already know we know what the hell we're doing out here. Because if this doesn't just help your pockets out, it's going to help your IQ out. Because we're giving out good sports handicapping IQ information.
Absolutely.
As far as just good sports IQ information in general. If you ain't more interested in soccer now, I don't know what you've been
You'll
doing.
never be interested. You'll never care. If making money ain't going to make you care, you ain't going to get it.
And guess what?
That's simple.
Guess what, guys? if somebody thinks that they're out there better than me at handicapping, they can prove it this fall. All they got to do is join the handicapping contest that I was trying to tell y'all about. So if y'all really think you're better than me, all you got to do is get $20. And guess what? No matter what, you're going to get $400 if you win that episode. Hopefully we get 20 people at least, and it turns into 700 to the winner. But hopefully it gets to like 90 people, and more money keeps entering the pot. But like I said, it needs to get to at least 10 people. Or we ain't doing it, but I don't see why that wouldn't happen. I'm really aiming more towards the 20 mark so I can throw $100 more personally in the prize pool. Okay. So keep that in mind. By August 1st, I'll have an official place to sign up for and deposit your $20 for the first ever Best Picks in DMV handicapping contest. So I want you to prove that you're better than me. So please enter this contest. It has nothing to do with the money. I just think there's people out there that think they really can handicap better than me. So let's see what you're about.
Put it to the test. Hey, that's simple. You know?
Yes, sir. And I don't understand why you wouldn't want to receive a nice prize while you do it. I think that's a plenty good prize for $20. Not only that, it's something to get invested in for the whole season. Some people like fantasy football, like you were mentioning. What better way to stay interested the whole season than to put $20 up and just have an 18 to 19 week adventure and try to prove that you're about what you're about. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens there. Like I said, I'll have full rules posted by mid-July. So like around July 15th, I'll start putting them out on Instagram, Facebook, and then a lot of the rules and updates will come on the next podcast for our NFL preseason week 1 podcast. Like I said, that is going to start like August 2nd to August 1st. Okay. Because the official sign up date for this tournament, tournament, handicapping tournament, you can call it.
I like that.
Or contest, whatever way you want to put it, is August 1st. That's going to be the official sign-up date. And one more quick rules, like I said, you'll just have your official 3 Saturday college football games and 3 official Sunday NFL football games in Friday night by 11:59 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
And then we'll have the updated picks. You'll see everybody's picks by noon that day, by noon Saturday for both college and NFL. And then on by Tuesday
you'll
morning
have them,
and on the podcast, because the podcasts are going to come Tuesday. Tuesday will be updated standings. And we'll shout out the leader, whoever's leading the tournament that week. So, yeah, we definitely going to start that up. So, let's see what you're about there. Anything you want to say, though, TJ?
Once again, make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe. Best Picks in the DMV podcast. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Facebook. Find my man Gabe on Instagram where he gives out the official picks. Shout out Virgil Media Network for streaming this episode again. Shout out Virgil Studios. Ty, what up?
Yes, sir. I'm about to say, Ty, you want to say anything?
Yeah, we having fun. Can't wait. I guess like a season-ending episode.
This is kind of like the preseason. Yeah. This is like our preseason.
Yeah,
we got an 8 episode.
That's crazy.
It's only gonna be a 9 week.
Nah, we ain't done yet. What? We still got the WNBA to go. We got some baseball.
They all coming in the fall, possibly.
I know that's the crazy part.
I promised TJ we were going to do a WNBA final. I mean,
when we get to the finals, preview. we'll do a
so that's going to be a 2 that week. We'll have 2 episodes. So there'll be your normal weekly handicapping episode for NFL and college football. And we will have a WNBA postseason special for TJ. But I like the WNBA too. I follow it. Not as much as TJ does. He knows a lot more than me. So that's going to be his special. He might be he's the main host that day. I'm the co-host on that joint.
Y'all know I've been following
Ty better start watching it. He probably knows more than me too, to be honest, about the WNBA.
I watch WNBA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe it. You probably know a little even more than me.
Yeah, I watch it.
So with that being said,
420 friendly. Stay tuned. Watch that.
Shout out 420
podcast,
friendly episode.
Audio Alchemy.
Yeah, Audio Alchemy.
Audio Alchemy in the streets tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow or tonight.
Well,
or
Friday.
tomorrow.
Friday night.
Friday,
Yeah,
June
Friday.
28th.
27th.
Yeah,
March
June
27th.
27th. My bad. I'm a day ahead.
Yep.
Friday, June 27th.
Yeah.
Come
We're
out
streaming
there for
right here on
him. And if
BMN.
you can't come out, definitely stream.
Please do. Please do.
So please like, subscribe, follow me
Follow.
on Facebook, Instagram.
Subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Subscribe.
Tip if you can.
Yes, sir.
Oh, put that money out there. Hold up.
Do it
Big
one more
money, big
time.
money,
You ain't
big
gonna
money,
see
big
us for
money.
a while. Keep showing what they got.
Yeah.
We gotta
Big
give you
money
nothing
in the
but profit.
pockets.
Nothing but profit.
Right.
That's all we
Group
giving
winning
y'all.
profit, future profit, Kentucky Derby winners. That's all I know.
Just
Where else
winners.
can you find that?
Nobody else
We
did
giving
that.
out all sports. I was gonna do a Wimbledon special, but Ty couldn't handle all that right now. Got a lot going on. That starts in a couple days. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Next
if
year
it's
we gonna get the tennis going.
next week. I could.
Nah, it's like tomorrow. Yeah, we busy this weekend. We couldn't do it this weekend. That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes you gotta skip something. That's all
Busy,
right.
yeah. And I don't mind skipping the tennis out of everything, even though, man, y'all are missing out on that. But I'm gonna get
Nah,
y'all.
listen, I
into
love
that next
Coco
year.
Golf.
Man, she plus 500 to win Wimbledon. Man, you're getting me too excited talking about
My
it.
bad,
You're gonna make
my
me
bad,
go
my
on the
bad,
Wimbledon
my bad.
podcast off the top of my head right here and come up with the agenda for the day and all that. But we ain't gonna do all that.
You about to
ain't gotta
freestyle
do
it.
it. We ain't gotta give it to them like that. They ain't
That's
ready
what I'm
for
thinking
all
about
that.
doing.
I'm with it though.
Should we do the Australian Open?
When is that? That's in
That's January. That's
Yeah,
the
well, that
first
we
of
can
the
do.
majors for next year. Should we do all 4 majors in tennis next year?
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
do
bring
it.
Cody on
Let's do
there
it.
for that.
Let's do it.
Cody loves tennis, so we're gonna let him come on here for the co. I mean, he's gonna be another co-host on
Let's
here.
do it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully, he comes here in the fall for
He'll probably do a
college
little bit of the
football.
college football with us too. Why not?
Yeah, he might.
I know
as
he
well.
big on that.
Yes, sir. He got a couple stories to tell himself too. I want him to tell them. So yeah, definitely
Yes, sir.
check us out. Stay tuned for the handicapping rules. I mean, handicapping tournament / contest, whatever you want to call it. Rules. It's definitely going to be something great. So
Yep.
hope y'all stay tuned. We're out, and yeah, stay tuned for the NFL preseason coming early August.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what to do. Stay tuned. Keep watching. Best Picks in the DMV podcast. His name is Gabe. My name is TJ. Tyrone on the 1s and 2s. And we out, y'all. Peace. Love.